If there's one thing humanity is really good at, it's making things way bigger than they have any right to be. And as more and more people get richer every day, we can afford to build some of the biggest homes imaginable. Homes so big it would make medieval royalty blush. We'll be looking at some of the most luxurious and incredibly massive mansions the world has ever seen. 10 Mesa Vista. Mesa Vista Ranch, 33,000 square feet. 30,000 square feet. When they say everything is bigger in Texas, this is exactly the kind of stuff they're talking about. Or they're telling a dirty joke. Mesa Vista Ranch is one of the most expensive properties in the United States and was owned by Palatial, prospector and hedge fund founder who had a net worth of $500 million. The mansion itself isn't the largest around. There is a reason it's occupying the 10th spot on this list, but I just simply had to put it wide. That's because the ranch itself is a whopping 6'4". 800 acres large. Did I mention it's in Texas? The main building on the ranch is a mansion that spans about 3,300 square feet, which is just a tiny fraction of the space on this massive ranch. The mansion comes with a dining room large enough to fit 40 people, a home theater big enough to see 30 people. That comes with an adjoining popcorn room. Elsewhere on the property, there's an 11,500 square foot lake house with square feet of patios. There is roughly 12 miles of water on this in the form of man-made waterfalls, creeks, and lakes. It comes with an airport hangar that has a 2-bathroom apartment upstairs and a 6,000-foot runway. A fleet of vehicles nearby to drive people to the main part of the ranch, and fire trucks as well. This ranch might as well be a small town. At this point, Casa Encantada, 40,000 square feet. 40,000 square feet located in Bel Air, California, along with the other mega mansions. The Casa Encantada, or House of Enchantment, was built in 1938, and no expense was spared in its construction, which is saying a lot. Seeing how this was during the Great Depression, the property was put up for sale in October of 2019 for $225 million, which at the time earned it the title of the most expensive property for sale in the United States. The Casa Encantada is nearly 40,000 square feet and has 60 including rooms, a reception hall with 18-foot ceilings, a card room, a dining room, several living rooms, and an indoor bar. Stick around a bit because this isn't even the craziest mansion to come out of Bel Air. The Pritzker Estate. The Pritzker Estate. 49,000 square feet, 000 square
Built for
feet.
Billionaire Anthony Pritzker.
This estate is located in Los Angeles, California, and took about 6 years to complete.
Spanning from 2005 to 2011, which was ample time spent.
Turning this building into one of the largest private residences in the city. Often referred to as the Grand Hyatt Bel Air. The main building covers an area of 49,000 square feet. It's got 2 basement
making
levels,
it
deceptively smaller than its actual
Going
size.
down to the basement,
You will find a game
bowling
room,
alley or bar,
offices, and then entertainment for your You've got a gym, a library, a beauty salon, a spa, and a massive swimming pool. That's not all you'll find above ground. That's just inside the mansion. On the outside, you'll find a guest house,
a pool house, a tennis court,
a residence for the staff that work on the property. Side note, your mansion is
when you
huge.
need live-in staff to keep it running.
And to top it off, there are 2 parking garages, one of which is big enough to hold 60 cars. The temperature of this property maintained by geothermal and systems, a climate control apparatus, and it's got amenities many hotels can only dream of.
Fitting for the man who makes his money from a hotel empire. 7
Fairfield Palms, 62,000 square feet. Palms, 6200 square feet. Located in the Hamptons, Fairfield stands out among the crowd of lavish mansions, not just by being massive, but also being worth a lot of money. Some estimates, but it's worth over $500 million, even though it was built at a cost of $110 million.
Back in the 90s, the
6200 square feet mansion is set on 63 acres of property and is accompanied by 2 pool houses and a playhouse,
which cover an added 40,000 square feet
there
of
are about
space.
21 bedrooms and 18 bathrooms on the property.
12 chimneys so Santa doesn't get lost.
A massive dining room that's about 91 feet long. Bowling alleys, a squash court, a basketball court and a billiards room. For those of us who prefer to have fun sitting down, the mansion comes with a screening room
big enough to fit 164 people.
A hot tub that costs about the same as a supercar. And a car garage, I mean. The tax on this mansion alone will build you your own mansion, and then some. No. Gemini 62,000 square feet, 62,000 square feet. Located on the island in the south of Palm Beach, Florida, lies a $195 million mansion. That is just one of America's most expensive mansions. It's also one of the largest ones in the country. The mansion is 600 square feet large and has 21 bedrooms, dining rooms and lounge rooms, libraries, a media room and a massive wine cellar. The property also comes with a botanical garden with 15 different species of plants and a 7-bedroom guest house, 2 cottages and an apartment block, all set on 16.6 acres of land. And if you think that's
you haven't seen too many mega mansions, have?
Now back to the mansion. There's a putting green on the property
because it's large enough to play golf on. So why not?
There's a large pool of giant treehouse for all ages, a dock for your boat and a basketball court. And there's plenty more where that came from. The Gemini has 2 elevators and a whole network of underground tunnels connecting to the different structures on the property and leads all the way to the other side of the island.
For those quick getaways when the IRS comes.
No. 28 Rutland Gate, 62,000 square feet. 528 Rutland Gate, 620 square feet. Most mansions are either out in the woods,
off in the countryside, or in the middle of a ranch.
And for good reason. It's a lot harder to build your mega mansion smack dab in the center of a city. But 28A Rutland Gate found the mansion is located in central London, overlooking Hyde Park, and was sold in 2024 $262 million, making it the most expensive house ever sold in the country. 28 Rutland Gate was once 4 separate homes before they were all combined into one 62,000 square feet mega mansion. Is 7 stories tall and has a total of 45 rooms,
including 20 bedrooms, several grand staterooms,
a spot and jam, a basement swimming pool, and an underground parking garage, and of course an elevator for easy traversal. I mean, the thing is 7 stories tall, for goodness sake. The interior of the mansion was designed by Alberto Pinto, the prolific French interior designer
who has designed homes all over the world.
The interior of Rutland Gate includes masterpieces
like 24-karat gold-plated waistband
and jewel-encrusted bodasia. Alberto Pinto is a little eccentric. Number 4. Pensmore, 72,000 square feet. Pensmore, 72,000 square feet is a massive 72,000 square feet. It has 13 bathrooms and has undergone several redesigns and is likely not yet finished. The mansion was built as a survival stronghold and mega mansion second. The structure has 12-inch thick exterior walls and is allegedly resistant to even the most powerful tornadoes, hurricanes, and earthquakes. Stephen Huff even said in an interview that the building should be sturdy enough to stand for 00 years,
which is either an impressive feat of architecture
or propaganda to scare people away from his stronghold. When society collapses, you decide. The structure is also allegedly resistant to fire, bulletproof, bomb-proof, and bug resistant,
which has got people speculating wildly about the real
purpose of the mansion with suggestions
about it being a backup location for the president being passed around. My question is,
when society crumbles, are we running
away from
what?
Pensmore Tahoe in 72,400 square feet?
No. 3 Tahoe in 400 square feet. This isn't just the largest mansions in the world. It's also the most expensive mansion in China. The term Tahoe means utopia, and this mansion has probably earned that name.
On top of being beautifully designed,
it's also very big. There are 32 bedrooms and bathrooms in the mansion, all of which have been oriented towards the south,
which might have something to do with feng shui. Also, residents can have a beautiful view of the nearby lake.
I don't know, because of you haven't guessed. I'm not an architect. The property is decorated with traditional Chinese architecture and artworks, which might have a thing or two to do with the mansion being located in China.
I'm not sure. It recently sold for $154 million, which is about the price you'd expect for a feng shui designed Chinese mega mansion.
And if you still think this mansion isn't cool, well, UNESCO deemed in the World Heritage Site, so take it up with them. No. 2. Modern Versailles. 90,000 square feet. 000 square Building a massive mega mansion can take a year or
3
two
if the weather isn't on your side.
So when I say this mansion has taken over 15 years to build, and it still isn't complete,
you know it deserves our no to spot.
Constructing this behemoth of a mansion has been quite the tall order. Man-made hill had to be constructed on 10 acres of lakefront, and then the Herculean task of erecting a 9,000 square feet mansion could begin. Inside the mansion, there is going to be 14 bedrooms, 11 kitchens,
3
5
indoors
pools,
and 2 outdoors,
a video arcade, and a ballroom capable of holding up to 1,000
What
guests.
did you think?
They build a palace, and not including ballroom.
By 2050, when this mansion is finally complete,
it'll be one of the biggest and most valuable mansions in the United States, aside from the newly invented hover mansions. Of course, number the 100,000 square feet. 100 square feet, very aptly this named. Mansion has been under construction by former movie producer Niall Nemi all the way since 2013, and things went smoothly enough to have it
become the largest mansion ever built in the world.
This prime piece of real estate is located in Bel Air, California.
To absolutely nobody's surprise,
this mansion covers over 100,000 square feet of space. An absolute chunker of a building. It's got 20 bedrooms, 30 bathrooms, 2 massive dining rooms, a kitchen that puts restaurants to shame, and a garage that holds 30 cars. But that's just the regular stuff.
A mansion isn't worth its salt if it isn't so fun you'd never want to leave.
On that note, this mansion comes with a wine cellar capable of holding more than 10,000 bottles, 5 swimming pools, a bowling alley, a 36-seat movie theater, a large casino, and its very own nightclub. The design of this mansion is top-notch, with minimalist designs, marble walls, see-through glass, and an amazing view of the Los Angeles skyline and the Pacific Ocean from your roof. Plus, you get to feel like a god as you stare down at the tiny mansions below.
Which one of these would you like to live in? Is there such a thing as a mansion being too big?
Please comment below, and if you enjoyed this video, leave us a like. And check out the King Luxury channel for more videos
all about luxury. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you